Good morning and welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Friday, February 6th. Okay, let's get into the action. Take a look at the S&Ps. We're up 0.45% this morning. Positive rebound. Seeing a lot of green on the screen. Tech is still kind of questionable. We are seeing overall momentum, though, I will have to say. A lot of geopolitical headlines, a lot of earnings headlines. This is what we're dealing with today. I mean, that CapEx spend, at Amazon continues to grow. I mean, they're talking about increasing their CapEx spend by 60%. That's huge. That's a huge number. 200 billion. Wow. On the geopolitical front, the key issue today is these Iranian-U.S. talks that are scheduled for today. However, the points of discussion remain in question. I mean, the U.S. wants to have a broad scope, whereas the Iranian officials want a very narrow scope. And so we'll have to see how this develops. But no one's really thinking that there's going to be a breakthrough today in these talks. Moving on to corporate news, ticker HIMS, HIMS, it's trading lower after the FDA warns about against illegal copycat drugs. Pfizer, PFE, they're launching their Trump RX program, making certain drugs more affordable. Seen some buyback news in TOCS, Doximity, and Simon Property Group, SPG. On the earnings front, you get Biogen, ticker BIIB, SIBO, Fortnite, and Roadblocks. They're all trading higher after earnings. Amazon is lower. Monday morning, you got Apollo, APO, you got BDX, CNA, Lowe's, ticker L, and Monday.com, MNDY. They're all scheduled to report Monday morning. All right, taking a look overseas, and we're looking at the DAX this morning. And the DAX is higher. It's up 0.48%. What can I say? It's really about a mixed bag of corporate earnings. I see some weakness in healthcare, but overall the DAX is trading higher, which is good to see, up 0.47%. FTSE's also higher, up 0.13%, or 13 points. Bearish sentiment in the mining sector is kind of, capping the gains this morning. The CAC in Paris is down 0.04%. You see an underperformance in autos. Stellantis had some negative news out there. Financial stocks are kind of weak as well, so I'm not surprised to see the CAC down, but it's minor, down 0.05%. We're looking overseas, and we're taking a look at what happened last night in Asia. And Asia was, mixed to lower. I mean, the Nikkei gained 0.81%. Remember, they got those snap elections that are scheduled for this weekend. And tech did start to trade higher in Japan, which was good to see. But in Hong Kong, the Hang Seng fell 1.21%. China fell 0.25%. The tech share weakness continued into those regional markets. Cryptocurrency still weak, in those markets as well. So, not surprised to see that weakness occur in Asia. And then we're looking at oil. Oil is now trading lower. You got the WTI at $63.03 a barrel, down 0.41%. You got Brent at $67.34 a barrel, down 0.31%. The key issue are the talks between the U.S. and Iran. We'll have to see how that goes. Watch the tape for headlines as they come across. Moving on into earnings news, Amazon missed by a penny. They did it on higher revenue, big CapEx spend. The CapEx spend is the reason why the stock is down 7.9% this morning. Biogen, ticker BIIB, they beat by 36 cents. They did that on higher revenue. That stock's up 0.88% this morning. Fortnite, FTNT, they beat by 7 cents, and they did it on higher revenue, which is good to see. And Fortnite is up 3% this morning. Roadblocks is up 10%. On Monday morning, you got BDX, Benton Dickinson. Their EPS is $2.82. Expected move is 6.76% when they release. Monday.com, ticker MNDY, their EPS is 91 cents. Expected move is 18.85% when they release. In terms of the economic data, we were expecting the non-farms payroll report today, but that's been pushed back to, I think, February 11th due to the recent government shutdown. But today you do get the consumer sentiment data. That's the University of Michigan data. Then at 1 o'clock you get the Baker Hughes rig count. At 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to hear from Fed Governor Philip Jefferson. What can I say, about yesterday? I mean, the jobless claims did come in hotter than expected. Not crazy hot, but, hotter than expected. but it's still like, normal revision data. So I'm not too concerned about the weekly jobless claims report coming in a little higher than expected. Let's see. I mean, the number came in at 231K over expectations of 209K reading. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the stocks move in the market today. I got 10 lower. I got 19 higher and 1 unchanged on the Dow. My FANG stocks, I'm seeing some, strength in Tesla and Meta. But the rest are trading slightly lower. Looking for news behind the tape. The EU says Apple is scaling back plans for virtual health coaches. Apple's down about 0.4% this morning. Netflix, which is flat this morning, flat to higher. Larry Ellison's son, runs Paramount, and he vows to boost output of films if a deal is okay. But the thing is, he's telling this to the UK. So he's going to boost movie production in Europe? Yeah, that's not good. Tesla, ticker TSLA, they launched an AI training center in China. Stock's up 0.87% this morning. Dow Jones 30 stocks. We got Amazon. Listen, to spend $200 billion as accelerates AI projects, I mean, that's a big number. That's 6% higher than it was last year. And, as a result, you're seeing like stocks like Cisco trade higher. Cisco's up 1.51% this morning, and nearing that all-time high. Basically because of these CapEx spends, and that's going to increase the demand for infrastructure. And who's a big provider of infrastructure? Cisco. Dell Technologies, ticker DELL too. In terms of guidance news, FTNT Fortnite sees Q1 EPS coming in 59 cents to 63 cents. Street estimate 65 cents. That's a downtick. Reddit RDDT sees Q1 revenue coming in 595 million to 605 million. Street estimates 577.08 million. So that's a big uptick. Nice uptick for Reddit RDDT. In terms of buyback news, Simon Property Group announced a 2 billion share buyback program. Wow, that's big. Okay, let's move on to our stock of the day, which is ticker BDX, Boy David X-Ray Bennett Dickinson. Earnings are Monday morning. EPS is $2.82. Expected move is 6.76%. Yesterday's call volume, 242 calls versus 103 puts. I mean, the ratio is very positive. The volume is light, though. But open interest is 18,000 calls on the call side to 5,000 on the put side. That's 3-to-1. That's nice. And the major brokers are raising price targets. I'd like to see that. But, BDX is a cautionary tale this morning because it really hasn't started, seeing a whole lot of action today, and the spread's really wide, 196 to 217. But I want to say low 206 area. If I can get in low 206, that would be a good entry point for BDX. But we'll have to wait as we get closer to the opening. But that's my pick of the day: Boyvid David, X-Ray, Bennett Dickinson. Okay, let's move on. We're going to talk about the news that's in the tape in the last 15 minutes or so. Let's see. What do we got here? Philip Morris, PM, they provided their 2026 outlook assumptions. FDA granted Pfizer priority review for one of their new drugs. GSK announced that European regulators approved Nucala. German regulators ban Amazon from using price controls. Novo, ticker NVO, shares are rebounding as FDA vows crackdown on weight loss drug copies. DOCS, they authorized the repurchase of 500 million shares of stock. Yeah, Wells Fargo just raised Amazon's price target. That's what I'm seeing today. Okay, let's take a look at the stock of the day from yesterday, see how we did on our pick, which was Biogen, ticker BIIB. Worked out well. I mean, the fact is the stock opened up at 184.87, fell to 184.54, and then hit a high of 187.73, but, closed at the 185 area. And then this morning, you look at the stock after earnings, it already hit a high of 187.50 and is currently trading 187.41, which is much higher than the 1% move from yesterday's opening price. So you gotta say Biogen, ticker BIIB, was a winner yesterday. Gotta like that, gotta like that. All right, traders, that concludes today's NewsWare's Trade Talk podcast for Friday, February 6th. Traders, you know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green.